Good morning to you. I am Mark Sudduth, and here's what's up in the tropics for Thursday, the 6th of October, 2022. In the Atlantic Basin, we're taking a look here at 91L. 90% chance here that this goes on to develop into a tropical depression or more. A lot of information here as it moves across the extreme southern Caribbean Sea, just off the coast of Venezuela, and the ABC Islands down there all going to be impacted, are being impacted now as this moves across the area. This is what it looks like over the next 5 days. Eventually making its way over to Central America, more than likely impacting first Nicaragua and then elsewhere in Central America, possibly Honduras, El Salvador, Guatemala, Belize, and even parts of the Yucatan as the whole area of weather moves into that region. Whether or not this becomes a hurricane remains to be seen. A lot of that will depend on how much time it spends over the water over the next few days, but for now, certainly tangled up right along the north coast of South America. Out in the eastern Atlantic, there's TD12. It is dissipating and will no longer really be of any consequence at all. Looking at the satellite animation here, you can clearly see very well-defined circulation with this system, but a lot of the energy is over land, so that means it will not have a chance to develop very much, but nevertheless, bringing those impacts, squally weather, some much-needed rainfall. You do need the rain down there in some of those areas. It is somewhat arid from time to time, believe it or not, down in those islands just due to the way the trades blow through. You don't get a lot of areas of rain, and so this will help as long as it is not too much and too prolonged. Looking at the vorticity signature, again, it's tucked in right there straddling the coast of South America, and that'll prevent this from really ramping up quickly from a wind and lowering pressure perspective, but once again emphasizing that impact of heavy rain and just overall squally conditions. That whole entire weather system will continue to trek on to the west and west-northwest with time and should eventually reach the coast of Nicaragua in a few days. This is what it looks like on the surface map. The center, if you want to call it that, the estimated area of lowest pressure just off the coast of South America. It will be approaching the ABC Islands in the next about half day or so. And again, that'll bring some squally conditions from time to time, so just be aware of that if you have interest down in that region. Generally speaking, the models are very tightly clustered because of a strong area of high pressure to the north, extending across the southwest Atlantic and into the northern Caribbean Sea. That'll keep this, unlike Ian last week, that'll keep this from moving into the Gulf of Mexico. At least that's what it looks like for now. I don't see that changing. There's a little bit of a bend in the track, as you can see there, later in the period, and as long as that does not start to happen earlier, this should basically bury itself into Central America, bringing a significant threat of flooding, especially because this won't be moving very quickly. It's not the slowest, but it certainly won't be racing across. This will impact many countries down there in Central America. I'll take a look at this and much more in my Hurricane Outlook and discussion video later this afternoon. As always, thanks for tuning in to What's Up in the Tropics. I am Mark Sudduth. I'll be back with you later today.